Pisces, welcome to July 2023. This is going to be a reading for the month for you guys. I might switch to, well, there you go. I think it's a stack of them though. Yeah, we've got a few. So we'll put that back in. I think I might go to timeless readings here for next month. We'll just see how it goes, but let's do a monthly reading for you guys for July. Feel free to watch your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign. I've been getting really into, yeah, just focusing on readings the way that they work best for me. So I encourage you to do the same. I'll read from the book for this one for you guys. It's a really beautiful deck. Let's see what an overall energy for the month of July is for you. The moon, Pisces. Deepen your feels. I forgot which other sign got this, but deep intuition, listening to your feelings. The moon is really full here too, and it's in crisp articulation. That's what really, like the first thing that's really coming to mind here. So your feelings, apt for Pisces, right? Your feeling body this month might be very in focus. You might be focusing on how you feel to manifest. Your feeling body is going to be very important, honoring your feelings. Maybe you're doing some inner child work this month. Maybe you're just so happy you can't keep it inside. The moon is also a time where we don't quite know where we're going. Look at that big dark triangle in the background here, really diving deep into the unknown, into the subconscious, but really being held. There's this whole outside circle here. That's the entire universe. It's the entire field of force, of field of source and of spirit and of God, really holding you in the safety of going deep inside this month. So let's see what the book offers here for you. The station of our moon in astrology influences our capacity for inner reflection and insight. How well and easily we may come to understand our inner world. Facing the darkness within is daunting and overwhelming, but to call upon the energy and wisdom of the moon is to be supported during the descent into our own underworld, trusting that what we will be offered is exactly what we must attend to. The moon is our connection to intuition, personal creativity, cycles of birth and death, and the perfection of process always occurring. She's our grandmother, an ancestral teacher who cares deeply for our well-being and peace, offers flux and energy throughout the month so that we might engage with the powerful medicine she offers, that of clarity and intention and release. If the moon is calling you, it's certain that you have momentarily lost contact with the power of your intuition or connection to the cycles of life and need to reconnect. And you know what I'm getting for you, Pisces, is that you might have lost connection. For you, I'm really feeling, hearing, seeing that it's not so much you are lacking feeling as you might be kind of lost in feeling this month, or traversing like a large sea of emotion, or traversing that inner landscape, right? Which can be dark and scary and unknown, or maybe just, it's also bringing to mind that it could be so full of happiness. I think I mentioned that before. There could be like a new emotional threshold you are surpassing, right? Maybe that's in a relationship. Maybe you're just overflowing in love and your nervous system just like isn't used to how happy things can get, or you've moved and you've never felt better in your whole life, right? It doesn't always have to be this like dark trauma, scary place. It can also be adjusting to how good life can get too. So here is an archangel for you guys for the month. Hello from heaven. Archangel Azrael, your loved ones in heaven are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel their loving blessing. So absolutely could look like someone potentially passing on. If you have been through a loss or a death recently, I am sending you so much love. Really big hugs. I just moved right on from that card, but let's really sit with this for a second. I really am sending you so much support and love. And this card, this archangel, is available to you through the month and forever. Archangels are available in any moment, at any time, for any person, for anything you want to call on them for. If there is someone that you've been trying to connect with on the other side, for support, to know that they're okay, this is absolutely your message that they are, and that you have all the support and love from them that you could possibly want or need. All you have to do is really call on Archangel Azrael this month. They are going to be your messenger, your support, your connection to knowing that everything is okay for you, and that also there's so much love and blessings coming your way from that situation, that person. Maybe it's not someone necessarily that's crossed over. Maybe you're trying to work with guides or your own angels, or you know, that's pretty fitting with the moon. When we go inside, can be parts of ourselves that we've lost. However it applies to you, Pisces, know that everything is going good for you and you have so much support. Structure. So this actually is very fitting, because when we are looking at a lot of inner work, or feeling like we might be overwhelmed with our emotional body, or things that feel just very watery, not very stable, it can be so helpful to lean into the structure of our lives. What does that mean? Are you eating every day at the same time? Are you drinking enough water? Are you getting some exercise? Really coming back to the basics and helping support your life, helping support your emotional healing journey, or your not even healing. Like maybe I get the sense that someone's really like expanding into so much joy, you just can't even trust it, or don't quite know what to do with it yet. Ground yourself in the daily practices of living well. Get good nutrition, get to sleep on time. And maybe it's like one thing you do for yourself. Maybe through July you commit to like getting in bed at 10 p.m. every night, or whatever it is, right? Maybe you commit to meditating every morning for 3 minutes. That's nothing. Anyone can do that, right? Maybe it's committing to a whole bunch of things. Whatever structure means to you, leaning into ways that you can feel supported. That's going to give you the support, the outer house here, so that inside, as you're doing this inner work, you can feel completely contained and safe to be however you need to be. It's really reminding me of how contained you are here in this journey that you're doing. You're held, you're supported by the entire universe. This container holds the entire universe. You are safe, you are loved, you are supported. So remind yourself of that this month through different ways you can support the structure in your life. Is it whatever it is, right? Just listed a few different examples. So Pisces, let's go ahead and see. I don't often look at the camera when I'm doing this, and then I watched a video the other day and like all the cards were wonky and off, and if I was watching something like that, it would annoy me. So I'm gonna try and be a little bit better about that for you guys. Wow. Okay, Spirit is really excited to get cracking. Knight of Swords in reverse. I'm getting the sense that even the tiny bit of, divination or cards we've pulled so far, the messages we've pulled so far, are helping calm the anxiety or the messages or the fast-paced messages in your brain, Pisces. So if that's true, I'm so happy. Let's go ahead and get you guys a Celtic cross here. One more shuffle. And here we go. This is the Modern Day Witch Tarot. I've been really enjoying using this deck. It's funny, I got it a couple of years ago and I didn't connect with it at all. It's amazing the way that different decks can really speak to you at different times. And it's just such a joy to work with these days. So, Pisces, at the center of this month, at the center of your month, here, Pisces, we have, Nine of Cups in reverse. So some kind of wish lost here. There really is something that you were wishing for, hoping for, that just kind of hasn't come to fruition. Maybe it was a opportunity that you didn't get, or you were really, really hoping for that vacation, or you were really hoping that a relationship would work out, or you were really hoping that a date night would work out in your relationship, and it didn't. There was some kind of a wish, a hope, an emotional longing you were looking for that didn't come to fruition here, that is kind of spurring the rest of the month. What's crossing you? The Devil. Okay. So immediately a few things come to mind here. There could be a loss that is spurring you to avoid it and engage in self-soothing habits that aren't helping you, right? Or it could be really spurring you into something that's like, nope, that's it, actually. That's the message. Okay, let's clarify this. The Devil looks like a really terrifying, scary card. It's actually not. It's just a way to remind ourselves that whatever's happening where the Devil comes up is, we think we're getting material gain. We think we're doing something really well. We're doing something, we're engaged in an activity, a relationship, and there's a cost for it though. We are engaging in something and it's tying us to something else. And is the cost worth it for you? So for instance, a friend of mine had a death in the family a few months ago, and they don't smoke really often, but they started smoking again, right? For that interim period, they'd gone through like a whole recovery program a long time ago. Like they're sober now, but every once in a while they use smoking as a coping mechanism. So they went through this loss, and they picked up smoking to get them through a tough time. It was soothing. It was self-soothing for them. It would, they were like, okay, well, I'm not, I'm doing all these other things. There's got a lot of stress going on. They were handling everything else really well. But for them, the sacrifice of their health in that moment, the sacrifice of their health, their physical well-being in the interim period was worth the self-soothing effect. Right? So that's one example. There's some kind of disappointment here that's happened. And did you decide to, when you lost the job, eat a lot of ice cream? Or if your relationship fell apart, did you decide to go out and find a rebound or date someone else immediately? Or, if you had a tough conversation in a relationship that you were really hoping would take it to the next level and it didn't work out, instead of moving on, instead of choosing yourself, instead of honoring what you really want and finding a partner that matches that, did you decide to stay because it's more comfortable and it's really hard to release that, right? So there's no judgment. There's no right or wrong here. This is just messages from spirit hoping to have your back and let you know what's happening here so you can make a decision, right? That's how we use tarot. That's how I use tarot. It's a larger perspective. We're seeing this from a larger perspective. So let's see what else is going on here. Here in the foundation, oh, beautiful. So the Lovers and the Devil are really similar. They're like opposite ends of the same spectrum. One is just love and one is fear. One is committing to something out of love and one is committing to something out of fear with a sacrifice. So here in the foundation, we have the Lovers card. So the foundation here is your subconscious. It's really like, what are you believing, seeing, and living right now that's creating the rest of the month? And you are choosing to lean into love. So, for instance, that example with my friend of mine, they leaned into this bad habit they had as a way to support themselves through a very, very stressful time, right? So potentially whatever you're doing is rooted in love, is rooted in a choice to heal or to connect. The Lovers is also a choice, even if it's not a relationship here, or maybe this is about a relationship for you. Maybe you're very focused on relationship this month in your subconscious, and that's really driving the rest of the month. But it's also about choice. It's a choice to step into vulnerability. It's a choice to step into possibility. It's a choice to open our hearts to whatever is in front of us, usually a partner when the Lovers comes up, or a partnership or romantic love, but not necessarily. It can be something that we choose very consciously from our hearts and from a sense of deep love. So let's get I hope this is all making sense. Obviously, I'm not trying to normalize smoking or bad habits or excuse any of this. Like if you know you need to stop something, or if you know you want to get out of a relationship or whatever it is, then obviously make the choice. But it's not worth beating yourself up about it if you are doing something in the interim that's helping you get to the next level, right? It's about self-love and self-acceptance as we make the next move forward for what's best for us. I'm not excusing bad behavior, bad habits. I'm not telling you to go pick up a pack of cigarettes today. I'm not telling you to if you were sober, go hit the bottle for a little bit while you go through a tough time. No, Pisces, no. Because you, especially as a sign, are particularly apt to lean into self-soothing techniques that allow you more access to the spirit world. And that can be drugs. That can be drugs with Pisces, right? It's that desire to really merge with the unified field. And we can get that through substances. Anyway, let's get a clarifier for this. Yes, so here in the foundation with the Lovers, the Hermit in reverse says there's really some way here that you put yourself out there in a vulnerable situation that took you out of hermit mode, that took you out of being alone. There, you could have really spent a long time finding your own answers, cultivating your own sense of love, really reading books on relationships, whatever it is, bettering yourself. Here in the foundation, you made a conscious choice to really make yourself vulnerable, step into partnership, and use the inner wisdom that you had coming out of a solitary time or solitary period of life to really partner with something, project, love, interest, whatever it was. And that's going to be the foundation here on which you're building the rest of the month. What are you very conscious of, Pisces? What are you bringing in here? What are you seeing, manifesting this month? King of Swords, so much clarity, so much logic, so much structure, so much defining of who you are from this situation. So let's see. How do I put this? I really overextended myself a few weeks ago. So I have a little situation outside of work where I work with a few other people. And someone needed a lot of help. And I knew it was going to keep me from doing a lot of my job. It was not getting me the wish that I wanted, which was to do my job particularly well. And I decided to, for about a couple weeks, really be invested in the health of the project and the health of these other people. But it was at the cost of myself. It was at the cost of the work that I was doing. It was at the cost of my mental and emotional health. After a while, I reached total burnout. And what it did was it pushed me into massive clarity and setting very strong boundaries around what I was and was not willing to do. And that's what this is. And also these butterflies representing transformation. These birds in the clear blue sky from above being messages from spirit, really helping you to define what these are. Above the fray, above the passions of life here in bright pink, above the clouds, above any confusion, above all of these life experiences that you've lived through, Pisces, you are now stepping into incredible clarity. And you're able to speak to it. Not only are you seeing who you want to be out of this situation and claiming those boundaries, claiming the space for yourself, claiming who you are, you're able to speak to it. You're able to say what you need. You're able to put in a plan into place. You're able to see from this vantage point how you want to move forward in a way that feels best to you. The experience has really transformed you, those butterflies, into a bigger, better person. And what I love about this too is the King of Swords is like as masculine as, I want to say devoid of emotion. That doesn't make him inhuman. It just makes his focus and his strength non-emotional. And you are in a month here where you are really navigating a lot of emotion. Lost wishes here, potentially a lost relationship, really going inside, dealing with a lot of feelings, feeling a lot of feelings. The Lover's card here. So I like this balance for you, Pisces. It's driving you to a place where you are exceptionally clear about who you are and how your message to the world will be communicated. And that's gorgeous. That's you being like, I'm setting boundaries. I'm claiming my space. No, I'm not going to do that. Also, here's what you should do, right? Like, and not necessarily in a bad way, but the King of Swords doesn't mess around with, like second chances because they feel bad, right? The King of Swords doesn't mess around with like, oh, sure, it's a good idea for you to like pick up bad habits again while you're going through something. No, this is the route forward. It's very logical. It's very thought process. It's very linear. And we need all the different techniques, right? So I love that it's really, love this for you. And so what this does, as you step into massive clarity about who you are and how you want to be and creating a plan for it, you step out of anxiety. You step out of your fears. You're no longer afraid, because when we feel this way, we're usually at the whim of our thoughts, our inner thoughts, like other people's wishes for us. You know, when I was really getting burnt out, I was like, oh my gosh, okay, these people need this and this, and I have to do this, this, and this. When I stepped into claiming what I needed and the boundaries that I needed to do what I had to do well, I stopped being afraid. I was like, your problem is not my problem right now. I trust that you are good, that you have the resources, that you are an adult enough on your own to get what you need. I have to focus on what's true for me. It brings you out of confusion and mayhem and anxiety. So you're good, Pisces. This is what you're claiming this month. This is what you see for yourself. So if you're not here quite yet, know that like you are consciously ready to be this person. You are like, I am manifesting that for myself. What's here in the past, the recent past, that's kind of put you on this trajectory? Ooh, Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles has been popping up a lot recently, I feel like. So stability, financial gain. And this is also a lot from your own personal efforts. It's generational wealth. It's building, it's like financial stability and monetary stability, material stability. You have a home, but you also like have different layers or levels of it. So for instance, if like your bank account went dry today, it wouldn't matter because you have a system, you have people, you have generations of wealth here to support you and back you up. So it's very like layered, the Ten of Pentacles, right? It's legacy, it's community, it's a lot of money, but also just resources. And resources can be our family ties, it can be people that prop us up. But specifically with the Ten of Pentacles, we're usually talking about like a windfall. Oh, well, look at this. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the Lovers flew out to clarify this for you. So it's something that you absolutely chose. There was some kind of stability here that's happened in the past from a relationship with the lovers, or from a very conscious choice that you made to be exceptionally affluent in some area of your life and worked towards that over a long period of time to get there. You either did that or you're benefiting from someone around you that did that, right? That's the legacy gift. That's the inheritance part of the 10 of Pentacles. So either you are benefiting from this layered stability here, or you have worked yourself through the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to get to a place of real stability here. And you chose it and it felt good and you were called to it from spirit, and it was through partnership and love and conscious connection here. So that's beautiful. Well, something disappointing happened. And then what's coming up in the future? Oh, babes. Okay, so Knight of Swords. At first I said that because I saw you being reactionary about something that went wrong. So there's two things that are coming through. One is either a group of you or maybe part of this journey is going to feel reactive. Say this was about a loss. Say this was about a death, right? One example here, and I hope it's not true for you, but what could have happened is there's a lot of family stability, love, perhaps like relationship was going well, family was going well. And so there's some kind of a loss here. It could be large or small, but if it was like the loss of a family member, this could lead into the future of one of those stages of grief, right? Being very angry, having to like make a lot of financial decisions or decisions about the will, right? The swords represent contracts or ways that we're communicating, written communication. There's a lot of messages coming in here. So this could be you feeling exceptionally angry or exceptionally like full of messages, full of things you want to say, ways that you are expressing yourself here. The Knight of Swords, again, though, he's not as mature as this King of Swords, right? So he doesn't necessarily know when to stop. He doesn't necessarily have very good boundaries. And he is just so full of messages and of things that he wants to say and of ways that he's going to say it. And he doesn't know when to stop. Look, this horse is like flying out of the sky. So that's one thought that's coming through, and I lost the other one. Well, anyway, it'll come back if it's a message that you're meant to hear. The other, well, let's go ahead and get a clarifier. I feel like the other message, what was it? It was something about, well, okay, great, it's lost now, so that's okay. We trust the process, and we trust that if it's going to come back and a needed message for someone, that it will. And if that message that's there is more applicable, then maybe that's really what's needing to be said here. So in the future, coming up into this future space, there's some kind of lots of messages coming through, lots of ways that someone wants to say something, express themselves. This could be you, Pisces. This could be you feeling really upset about something or feeling very clear or really excited about something, really happy about something, and you want to talk all about it. You need to spray it from the mountains, say it from the mountains. Okay, but here's the Three of Swords. So more likely there's going to be a deep-seated need to express yourself and express the pain or the grief that you're going through right now, Pisces. So large or small, right? Maybe your hamster died, or maybe you just had to move cities. Maybe you were really, really happy with where you were living, right? And something didn't work out. You couldn't stay where you had to go, and you're moving to a whole new place. And you hate it. And it's really sad that you had to leave all your friends. And it's really sad that you had to leave your favorite grocery store that always carried your favorite snacks and, whatever. It can be anything on the spectrum. I don't just want to like forecast death and grief. We're just reading the messages that are on the table. And these are saying in the future coming up here, it's going to be so important for you, Pisces, to dig deep, to really be in your emotions, to allow whatever you need to say come up to the surface, but in a kind and loving and easeful way that really allows you to purge whatever this is, whatever this loss was. It's going to be really important for you to allow that wound to heal, allow it to come to the surface. Talk to your family, talk to your friends, find a therapist, find a grief group, like whatever, however it is for you. It's really encouraging you to let it out. Maybe you write a book, right? That's what the Knight of Swords is. Maybe you like write a whole book about it, or you have a lot of angry responses you want to say and you just write them all out. Just get it all out of your system. Just be careful with the Knight of Swords that you're not angry at other people, like that you're not expressing unbridled communication with other people that's not appropriate, and that you're not taking it from other people. So that's important. Pisces, how are you feeling about all of this? Oh, girl. Okay, you might be feeling overwhelmed. You might be feeling really like down in the dumps about this. You might just be feeling like you just can't take anymore. And the Ten of Swords here, it's what a gruesome card. But she's, swords represent our communication, the ways that we think about ourselves, things that other people are talking about us, right? So it's very mental activity. Like, here she is like, well, I can't get this done. I have to do this first. Someone else told me that I was ugly today. That's terrible. Someone told me that I should have done a better job. My kids didn't eat my snacks today, and they told me that I never make good food. It's like that times so many things that just have us like, I'm overwhelmed, I'm done. The thing with the 10 is it's a number of completion. Where the 10 is, we are moving on to something else. So that's the good news with the 10 of Swords. Sometimes that giving up, that surrender, it's the breakdown to break through. That's what the 10 of Swords is. So there's good news in this, and recognizing that if this is how you're feeling about everything, Pisces, it's absolutely time to go in, let yourself have your moment. That's really what I'm getting from this, is like, you really deserve to have the moment to just let it all out and to have your time to heal. It's like you've been propping someone up, or you've been really holding this image of love or this container of connection here, and it's bringing you to massive clarity about who you are and who you want to be. But the process has looked a little bumpy here. Let's go ahead and you're getting there through lived experience, which is all about working through disappointments and who are we when something doesn't go our way, and how do we show up, and how do we treat ourselves, and how do we treat other people. You're really going through one of those moments. Queen of Swords in reverse. So someone around you or yourself here, this is how you feel about the situation. You're not able to communicate how you feel about things from a place of loving kindness. Neither am I when I feel like this. So no shade, Pisces. I really am sending you like so much love and such a big hug. If you are just down in the dumps and feeling overwhelmed, like, give yourself that day to like sit in your room and cry and just rage if you need to. That's really what this is saying. You don't want to have to pad or like fluff how you're feeling right now. And that's fair. That's totally fair if you're going through a tough time. People, places, things around you this month that might help or hinder you. The Two of Swords in reverse. So this is about, things in your environment this month might really be helping you get clarity, right? The Two of Swords is a card about stalemate. It's a card about not knowing what we want or where we should go. When it's in reverse, we're really talking about people, places, things in our environment in that position that are going to help you find clarity, that are going to help you take the blindfold off, that are going to help you get to a deeper sense of who you are and what you want to do. And I love this because the Two of Swords is like, we need to we need to shut off our eyes. We need to close our eyes and be very connected to our inner world, our intuition, our feeling body. And that is exactly what the message is here for you, right? So you're doing it. You're really coming out of a time of stalemate here, and you're going to have people, places, things, situations, opportunities, parties, events, situations at home that are going to prompt you to come out of a stalemate, that are going to show you the way. Oh my God, stop it. Okay, well, when this happens, it's just like either way is true, right? So there's going to be opportunity in your environment where you're going to feel stuck. You're not going to know how to think your way through it. You're going to want to make a plan and you can't. It's not a situation that you can think yourself through. The opportunity here is to give it up, give up the plan, and put up the swords and be in a place where you're just willing to go with the flow or go inside and really sit with your intuition. And that might vacillate for you this month. You might be in a place where you're like, okay, I want to think my way through it. I can't make this decision. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to take a beat. I'm going to take a bath. Oh, I have a good idea. Okay, I know the next step. Oh shoot, I don't know where to go from here though. It's like kind of like you're untangling a lot this month. A lot of details, a lot of logistics potentially. It might be like involving a lot of other people. So you might have this start-stop situation in your environment or with people that are surrounding you this month or with circumstances surrounding you this month, Pisces, that are going to help you find your next step. And then and then kind of block you from your next step. And that's okay. Just know that that might be the process for you this month. Take one step at a time. Do you know the statistically, like how statistically it would be to like find these two cards here at the same time? It's so confirming. Like when it does that, it's just such a confirmation from spirit that is the message. Doubling down. Okay, what are you hoping, fearing this month? Oh, beautiful. Pisces, you're really hoping for yourself. Your deepest wish through this month is that you can find the strength to carry on, that you can find this, not just the strength to carry on, but that you're going to get through this with courage and with grace and with an open heart. And you will, honey. Look at what's in your foundation, this Lover's card, right? It's like here it's almost like you really took yourself out of the game for a while to get yourself to a place of inner wisdom and inner knowledge and inner knowing. You stepped out of that isolation period into a relationship, into a really conscious level of doing life and of being connected and of sharing your gifts. And that's in the foundation. That is gorgeous. Wherever that takes you is nothing but good for your soul. You are on a very soul-led, spirit-led, journey here. So you're really hoping that whatever got this started, you're going to come out of it feeling like you're in control of the beast within, right? And that you have this strength from your heart, from a place of peace, from a place of courage, from a place of love and magnanimity, and not loyalty, but like giving and generosity. That's what that Leo, that's what that lion energy is all about. You are so hoping to be that person and to really step through the month with courage and with grace and with the ability to hold that space for other people, even through the challenges of this card. Look at this like crystal mountain kind of like sticking at her and clouds. It's not a clear sky. There's still some stuff going on, but she's navigating it with an open heart. These roses are open here on the side. So whatever's going on, Pisces, this is your deepest wish. Focus on that and focus on where you are going, where you're becoming. It's really beautiful. Okay, culmination for this month, King of Pentacles in reverse. I love these kings here. So court cards can often represent people in our lives. This could really mean like you or someone else. Let me get a clarifier for this. I'm immediately just getting the sense that things might really be shifting for you. I wonder why. Look at the rest of the reading. But structurally, financially, from a place of just the stability you had here before has shifted in a really big way. There's something that happened here in the past that was like really, really good. The Lovers with the 10 of Pentacles is like a relationship built on with all of the resources you need to continue that open heart and that open connection and your work in life. And something really shifted here. Something really happened recently that shifted that and is causing you to up level. But the end of that, it would make sense that you aren't feeling like the king of your own castle anymore, Pisces, because you are on your way to being the king, the queen, the emperor, the empress of a bigger, better castle. But in the meantime, you've been ousted of your home or of your comfort zone. That's what I'm trying to say. You're not going to feel stable, secure, wealthy, like you got all of it on lock in the comfort zone that you've recently had. But that doesn't mean that that's not yours to begin with. It's all about release. We have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. So your focus this month, your goal, the overall message or outcome is to really release anything that isn't serving you anymore. Material possessions, people, situations, mental thoughts or clarity. The 4 of Pentacles is really a card where sometimes we can get stuck to things we want to hold on to because we think that they're good for us or they're comforting to us, right? It's this Devil card. It's this Devil card. So whatever's going on for you, you really want to release this month, Pisces, anything that doesn't work for you and be comfortable in the discomfort. Be comfortable in being ousted from your previous cushy, gorgeous, stable, wealthy past here because where you're going feels very unstable at the moment, but it's taking you to a better place. You are up-leveling. Right? That's always what happens when we are rooted in gorgeous, connection and very focused on bringing something into the world from our deepest heart. Wherever that takes us is our most enlightened, heightened place that we could be, right? In tandem with spirit. So I hope this was helpful, and we'll catch you on the next one.